Hello, how you doing? Hi guys. Today I have something very special to tell you. I'm gonna be making a brew today. Let me show you. So I have this idea to make a mash for a pumpkin rum recipe, so I'm just gonna use whatever leftover sugar I have, plus 1 and 2 bags of dark brown sugar and it's important to add molasses too, although the brown sugar should have the molasses for the rum, and 3 cans of pumpkin puree, which is used primarily for making pies out of pumpkin. I guess that's the only use for that. I am not going to show you the distillation process. I'm not going to, because it's illegal in the United States to do that. So instead, I'm just going to show you how to make and ferment the pumpkin rye recipe itself. So let's get started. I'm just gonna rinse this off with water real quick. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna fill this pot up to about 3 gallons, maybe just halfway up the pot, since this is a 5-gallon pot. And then I'm gonna boil this. And then I'm gonna add all the sugar and the molasses in here. If you hear me breathing pretty hard, I've been running up and down the house. So I'm just gonna add 2 bags of this, and in a bag of this, since the temperature is already fairly hot enough, 126 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 51 or 53 degrees Celsius. Now, I know the water is hot, but it's still good to stir this up. And make sure all the sugar is dissolved in the water. Oh, I think something got stuck in there. Let me see. Nope. That's good. So I'm gonna use this big wooden spoon and stir it up. And since it's hot, it should be easier to be dissolved. You can see on the camera. Yeah, that looks good. So if you're wondering, I forgot to tell you, I got 2 bags of these. This is 2 pounds. Each bag is 2 pounds. Sorry, I forgot to mention it before. And it was pretty hard to film this with just an iPhone. So here you go. See, I'm stirring it right up. And when this comes to a boil, I'm gonna add the puree in there. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna use some molasses right now, because it's about 130 degrees. All right. So this is Cosby Fancy Molasses, 100% pure unsulfured. 16 fluid ounces. So that's like a pound, I guess. Equivalent. Because it's pretty hard to do with one hand. Here. Oh, I gotta stir it. There we go. I don't want the sugar to get burned. So here's the molasses. Give this a taste. Oh, yeah, it's very sweet. I mean, of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? So I'm gonna pour this right in. See how thick it is? Yeah. And I'm gonna use hot water just to get some more molasses out. It's starting to smell good so far. So we gotta make sure there's some hot water in here. Decent amount. I'm just gonna shake it up after closing this lid. There, you see how most of it is in the water now? So I'm gonna pour this right in too. And there's still a tiny bit left. So I'm gonna shake this one more time. Make sure the bottom is nice and clear. Yep. There you go. Now I'm gonna I'll be right back. Just gonna wait for this to boil a little bit more so I can add the puree in there. Okay, and now what I'm gonna do is see how thick these puree is. I was expecting them to be a tiny bit thick. I'm just gonna dump them in this batch, one can at a time. So I don't know how the puree is gonna react, but I just don't want to get all clumped up. I'm not sure it does get clumped up, but I don't want to take the risk. So I'll see you guys later. Okay, I'm not sure you can see this, but this mash is turning orange from the pumpkin puree. 3 cans of it. It is a pound and 13 ounces each per can for this thing. I'm sure you can find something like that from your home country or something, or wherever you live. So I'm just going to let this cook a little bit more, and then once this is all cooled down, I'm going to pitch these, and that's it. Okay, so I siphoned from here, from over there, with the plastic tube. So now I'm gonna do reading from a hydrometer. Yeah, I know it's a little bit of a mess here, but bear with me. Let's see the potential ABV. So hold on. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 9 or 10% potential ABV. So that's good. Now what I'm gonna do is put yeast in a cup of water just to shock it, and then I'll sprinkle it here. Okay, so water is 84 degrees, about 29 degrees Celsius. I got the sealer seas. So what I'm gonna do is sprinkle some there. And what I'm doing is shocking the yeast so I can put it in my rum mixture, which is right over there. It's already been a minute, and as you can see, the yeast is activating. And to do this, you gotta make sure the water is warm. So I'll be back in 10 minutes. Okay, as you can see here, the yeast woke up and it's now active. It's now awake. And what I'm gonna do is simple. If I can put the beaker down easily. All right, open the lid. Then what I'm gonna do is simply pour in the beaker like this. There's still some yeast in there, so I'm just gonna rinse it off. Okay, don't worry, the beaker is clean. And one more time. And that's it. All right, so these are ingredients. And I'm just gonna let the liquor fairy to take care of the rest. And I'm not gonna do anything. So I'll see you later.